Whoa, hey, welcome to a special episode of Sketchbook Blues, the show where I show off old drawings that I made when I was a strapping young lad, and by strapping I mean nerdy. So this episode is completely dedicated to the superheroes I came up with as a teenager and a child, because back then I was obsessed with trying to create unique superheroes with superpowers that nobody had done before. Because if you go to Wikipedia and read about superheroes, most of them are like, they're a good fighter, they're strong. It's like, oh, is that the best you got? So this is me trying to come up with something fresh. And you can let me know down below if these are actually unique. So we're going to start with the Sandwoman. She's got a blinder on and earmuffs and sleeping pills. She would go to sleep and then her dreams would overlap into reality. So she could do anything you can do in a dream, which is basically anything, but that would actually happen in real life. So as long as she was asleep, she could basically do anything. I don't know. It's an interesting concept. I don't know if it was cool. Next is the character Rat. And his thing is that he's the best at everything. So he's like, his superpower is talent. So pick anything in the world that requires skill, he would be the best at it by definition of his superpower. I don't know why I spent so much time drawing basically just a dude who looks like me. This is what I thought I would look like now, basically, but with my old Jonathan Taylor Thomas haircut. Next is the character called a Colt. These are tarot cards flying around her. She had a bow that she could control, and these crystals over here. But the concept with this was that there were spirits of people trapped in these crystals and their arrows, and they were guiding things for her, so ghosts were possessing objects like poltergeists, and they worked for her. In hindsight, there is a character from the stupid movie Mystery Men, played by Janine Garofalo, who's the spirit of her father was in her bowling ball, and it would fly around and hurt people. So I came up with it independently, and then later saw that movie. I was like, dang it. Unrealistic waistline, though. Okay, so now we're getting into some drawings that I didn't finish. This character is named Graft. He is a human who had alien organs implanted in these chambers in his body, right? So those would provide him superpowers because they were like from alien creatures, but they were isolated to these sections, and he would wield these giant gears. Next up is Sham, also not completely finished. She was a young girl on roller skates, roller blades, and she had an imaginary friend, but her imaginary friend was real, so it was like her and a partner with invisibility was basically it. But the unique concept was her partner would lend her invisible weapons. So you can see here she has an imaginary slingshot. Okay, so I actually changed this. This is a totem pole. That was before I knew that Warcraft, the games, would have characters with totem poles as weapons, so I changed it. So here she is again. In this sketch, she's using statues as weapons. So the whole thing was that she could create a statue out of nothing or something, like it would instantly chisel into this different shape, so like every time she hit somebody with it, it would be like a different statue. Like it would be like a knight or something, or a gargoyle. This one's an angel. I don't know. It's weird. It's trying to be unique. Oh, and here's a character that's half cyborg, half plant. I've never seen like a robot spliced with a plant before. Now my brain's like, haven't you though? I wish I'd finished more of these drawings. If I could turn back time. It's my favorite Limp Bizkit song. Okay, this is Catalyst. Again, an idea I'm pretty sure has been used before, where he could basically just trigger chemical reactions whenever he wanted. So like he could be like, oh, there's some oxygen, I'm going to put some lithium in and create explosions. I actually reused this for a comedy film I made with my friends in college. You can see me specifically portraying the Catalyst right here. Yeah. The cringe is just going through the roof at this point. Speaking of that film, I had other original superpower ideas in that, where one character was named Ladyfingers, and she would get her power from nail polish, so whenever she would put a certain nail polish on a certain finger, that would like shoot a different kind of laser. This is basically a take on Frankenstein. He's an evil guy who a bunch of superheroes were murdered, and the parts of them that gave them powers were cut off and fastened together to create this Frankenstein monster. So he has like a cyborg gun arm. He's got like the legs of a superhero that could fly, so he can fly. He's got the chunk of the head that had laser vision attached right there. Finally, we have the Spectrasect, which was a character he was just a normal guy until he transformed into one of 6 like alien ninja characters. So here are the ninjas. The 6th one I started drawing, and I stopped because I learned about the show Ben 10, wherein this kid could basically transform into, I never actually saw it, but I think his power is that he could transform into one of 10 aliens. So he's normal unless he's one of these aliens. When I found out, I was completely horrified. Not only have they stolen my idea, they stole my name. My name's Ben. And that's it for Ben's attempt. Ooh, my elbow popped. Whoa. Thanks for watching. Here's some more Sketchbook Blues episodes over there. And remember, if you come up with a superpower that's never been done before, don't tell anybody.